Hey JS Faves, welcome back to my channel. It's a girl Saturday. If you are new here, please subscribe and join the JS Faves. And if you're my JS Faves, welcome babes. I'm bringing you another story time, and this one it's closer to home. Yeah, this one is quite painful. I feel pain about it. Yeah, it's how I hated my father for my mother's death. You know, my mom died when I was 10 years, and my mom was married to my dad, and my mom died of a chronic disease, and I blamed my dad for killing my mom, whereas my mom was sick, and my dad had nothing to do with my mom's death. That's how it goes. You know, guys, my mom died. I think I've been a deep person. I am a deep person. So I've been one since I was a child. And, you know, I always listen. I'm a good listener. And when I listen. I make sure I do listen. So what really happened is my mom passed away when I was 10 years. And after a while, I think after 3 months, my mom passed away. My mom passed away in April. So I think on 27th of April, and then she got buried right about the 4th, 7th of May, because she died like end of the month of April, because she started being, my mom didn't get sick along. She started being sick on Easter. On Easter Friday, she didn't go with me for my sketch because she was feeling sick. And after a week, she got really sick. And a month later, we already buried her. So, and after, I think 3 months, I think I went to go live with my granny on the short-term holidays, which was September. So I lived with my dad for the past months, and I loved my dad. He is everything after my mom died. He was a mother. He played a role of being a mother, of making the porridges, preparing for school, doing the laundry on the weekend and stuff like that. And then I went to go live with my granny. You know, I understand when they say that people are angry. My mom was everything for her mom. My mom was everything for everyone. She was everything you need in your life. She was amazing. My mom was an amazing woman. I will never even reach to where my mom was. My mom was just amazing. My dad was blessed to have a wife like my mom. But on the other hand, my dad was an amazing man. My dad is an amazing man. He loves me so dearly. I don't know how it happened that I hated him and blamed him for my mom's death. But I do know how it happened, but I don't know how my heart works. How quickly do I forget the loving father that I have? How quickly did I forget that this is the guy who has my back? This is the guy who had my mom's back all the years. You know, how quickly I forget. But at the end of the day, I don't blame myself, because I was young, I was fragile, and anything concerning my mom was a big issue, because I just lost the mother. Of which you can't be inkedama, you still have a parent. Inkedama ngumuntu ongenabantu nakhona akho ngedama akukho makazi nento inkedama ngumuntu ongahoyekanga. And I just hate the fucking word inkedama. You don't call me inkedama. There is mothers of my friends out there. There is friends that become mothers. You will never have the audacity to call me inkedama, and don't ever call anyone inkedama. Yes. Okay, so let me get straight to the point. You know, there were talks. There were most definitely talks, and the talks were in the surroundings. The talks were in the surroundings where the talks were. It started my hate for my dad, my blaming my dad for my mom's death started like, your mom died. Like I tell like they talking around me. It was the fact that they are talking. Hence, I'm always saying, watch what you say in front of kids. If you are angry, no baby daddy wako, never say stuff that that will end. Never say stuff in front of your child, even if you hate baby dad or whatsoever. Never say stuff in front of your child, because kids listen, and it affects them through their adulthood. That's what happened to me. The stuff the people were talking in front of me, and I was just a kid, and they thought she's just a kid, and that just a kid built on hate on me. That just a kid built on grudge on me. I blamed my dad for my mom's death because of what people were saying around me. It makes me so angry when a person talks about like suthukisa uthethe izibililili phambi komntanakho kuba ucapukela ubaby daddy, okanye bungumakazi suthethe izinto ngomzali womntana phambi kwakhe ezimbi. Izam-affecta kwi-adult life yakhe, izam-affecta kwi-teenage life yakhe. Don't be so dumb and stupid. No, man, it's not right. Even if you want, because actually I hated my dad for those reasons. The talks around me were like, Untsikelelo, this is my dad's name, Untsikelelo. Untsikelelo killed umamako. Unokuthula is my mom. Untsikelelo killed Unokuthula. Umbulele. Usohlukanise no sister, usohlukanise no daughter, usohlukanise nontoni, usohlukanise nomntonyazi. Kube kude kubuildeke stuff to an extent ezizinto kuthiwa bana ngeske kwabhubha yena instead umama. Yo. And that's when I realized that my dad is the killer. My dad is the killer of my mom. So he decided to kill my mom and left me without a mom. And from my cozy childhood and then I have to go share stuff and like that. You know, I grew up as a spoiled brat. Then now I have to stop being a spoiled brat because my dad decided to kill my mom. That's how it worked on my mind. And of my sake, I was very toxic. I was very toxic to an extent when I asked something and my dad doesn't have, I'll say, if mama bephila ngendiyifumana lento. I was so toxic towards my dad. Not realizing that my dad is the one who was actually in pain. My dad is the one who actually suffered. You know, things went really bad after my mom's death. His job was nonsense. He had financial problems towards living because the job that he had, there was corruption, they couldn't pay them and stuff like that. He suffered a lot, and it was like he has this black cloud over him and he has no one to run to, and the person he can run to is the one who has a cold shoulder, which is me. My dad had me only. I had him only. Oh, I had the advantage of having family from my mother's side. He had no family from his mother's side. He had himself because his best friend passed on, and yet I still blame him for my mother's death. I looked at him and hated the sight of him. And all because of what people were saying around me. I took it, I listened, and I just hated him. Until I grew up and I realized things happened. Things happened when I grew up, which I will tell you more about it. Things happened when I grew up and he got my back. He came to the rescue. He was there for me. And I realized this guy loves me. This guy loved my mom. This guy loved my mom. And then it took me back when my mom died. This guy was depressed. This guy was under depression. This is the one person that suffered a lot. He lost his everything because my mom was everything to him. And to hate him and blame him for the death of my mom, whereas my mom died of a chronic disease that kills anyone. How selfish was I? You know, I've never sat down with my dad and I told him. I think my dad knew that I hated him, but then he realized what people were saying around me. So he said one day, he was tipsy, and he said, you know, people are trying to break our relationship up. They're saying bad stuff like, I killed your mom. so that you can hate me. So he realized it because he's an older version of me. But you know, I am the one person that loves you, and he is. And he is the one person that loves me so much. And that time I was like, ugh, you my dad, and so what? And then I realized that my dad has got my back. My dad is my dad. My dad is my pillar. I'm living for him. He's living for me. That's when I did this tattoo, because I just couldn't sit him down. I think I was not old enough, but now I'm old enough. I think I will take some time and go sit him down and tell him how I felt before and why, and how I realized that he never killed my mom. My mom died of a chronic disease, and it's the talks around me that led me to hate him. And that's the reason I did the tattoo, because he just loved the fact that I wrote his name on my body. He never realized that I was realizing that he has me, I have him. Without Unoktula, we have each other. So that's the reason I did the tattoo of his name, to symbolize that this guy, this dude lives for me, I live for him. And I no longer hate him anymore, because I realized the hate was unnecessary. It was the wrong hate to the wrong person. It's like blaming my mom for her death. She didn't ask for death. She didn't ask for a chronic disease, but I blamed her for years, until I realized that she had to die because she was in pain. It was either she's getting better or she's dying. And God decides for us. It's not our will. So guys, all I want to say when I was sharing the story is that, Bana, be careful what you say about around your kids. It might affect their childhood.